Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Species Saturday. I am your host Nico with NicosAquatics.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about a beautiful royal fish, the Royal Pleco. So stay tuned for that. Let's jump right in. Now, before we start talking about this beautiful fish, I just want to say, if you are new, please hit that subscribe button and the like button if you enjoy the content. I am uploading more aquatic videos starting this week. Next week rather, because you'll be watching this on Saturday. Next week, I'm going to be starting to do one video a week again, maybe even more than that. It fell off because I have other things going. I have other projects, but please press that like button. It helps out a lot. Subscribe. The subscribers have been going up. My last video got a couple hundred views, so I appreciate that. If you are new, be sure to click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get all the best freshwater aquatics. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I used to sell aquatic plants. I used to be one of the top-rated YouTubers for fish tanks, but then I deleted my channel, fell off. Now I'm starting over now, so I would appreciate some love. If you want to join the community, just hit subscribe, and I appreciate it if you want to do that. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get into these beautiful, beautiful Plecos. One of my favorite Plecos. You guys know, probably you know, there is hundreds of Plecostomuses. That's why they have them named, you know, L something something. This one is the L190. That's the term, I guess you would call it. I don't use that. This is the Royal Pleco. These guys are absolutely awesome because they just look incredibly sick. So basically, and I don't mean physically sick, I mean they look cool as hell. So they have orange eyes. I'm gonna get some close-ups here, B-roll, and put them on the over the screen here. So basically, they have the yellow, orange eyes, really bright red eyes, and then they have these beautiful stripes. They're like almost like a chalky white body with black stripes going down, and then a nice white flag type thing on their back tail. So they're really, really beautiful. And the best thing about these guys, there's some pros and cons, and I'm going to get into that. But one of the good things about these guys, besides their look, because they look just incredibly awesome, in my opinion, one of the best looking Plecostomuses. Now, there are some out there, you know, like the golden nuggets. Those are really awesome as well, but they're really expensive. This guy here, I paid, he's probably about 3 inches long, 3 or 4 inches, somewhere around there. And so he's kind of a juvenile. I paid $30 for this guy. I was running an errand over in St. Pete. I live in Tampa. Running an errand over in St. Pete. I saw a tropical fish store. I said, let me check this place out. I got some time to kill. So I checked it out. He had a lot of cichlids, but this is one of the only Plecostomuses, algae eaters that I needed. And this is the only one that he had, really. So I was like, yeah, let me take him. So these guys are really super, super hardy. They can live in a wide variety of tanks and conditions. I had one, Plecos are perfect for African cichlid tanks. So if you're looking for one of those, these are perfect. Any sort of Plecostomus is perfect as long as it's not a mini or a tiny one, a juvenile one, as long as it's grown. Like this one I could put in with, you know, Livingstonies, yellow labs, OBs, you know, all this, and they won't get picked on, obviously, because they're not competing for food. Even though cichlids are rockfish, they eat algae. That's a topic for another story, but they go along with basically anybody. So that's really good. I have a beta in here. The beta's not going to mess with them at all. Really, really beautiful fish, and they're super, super hardy, and they're on the lower end of the price range for the fancy Plecostomuses, so that's really good. So, as far as their tank parameters, I'm looking at my notes here. Can't remember all this, it's late. Temperature is 70 to 80 degrees. This one is about, I believe, 76 or 78. I keep my room really cold. That's why I have the big, giant heater there to keep it nice and warm for them. A steady temperature. Highly recommend getting a heater for all your tanks, guys. This is something I talk about a lot, and I'm going to start mentioning more. I may do a video on this. Just because your fish have a wide range of temperatures they can tolerate, do not just take that and say, okay, well, my room's probably going to be you know, it's normally between 72 and 76 or something, you know, so it's kind of around there, but it's never going to go above the maximum or go below the minimum. You want to have a heater in your tank, preferably presettable, settable, adjustable rather, but you always want to have a heater in the tank to keep the tank at a steady temperature. That is so important. That's just a little side note. I see people with no heaters in the tank because they say, well, I don't change my room temperature that much, and when I do, it's only a few degrees. You want to have your tank at a set temperature constantly, 24/7. The only time it changes is if you're doing a small water change, and that's just a couple of minutes before your heater kicks in. So that's super, super important, guys. Always remember that. Keep a good heater on deck. So their pH is 6.5 to 7.5, basically that's basically any tropical fish. The hardness is 5 to 10, so they starting to lose my voice, guys. So they're really hardy in that case as well. Like I said, they can really live in whatever, dude. Now, one issue with Plecostomus is two issues real quick I'm gonna get to. So I did two beautifuls, one ugly. So so one of the issues I had with Plecostomus is, and everyone knows this, they are a poop machine. They are constantly pooping, right? So if you just watch your Plecos, right, they normally, I'd say probably 80% of the time, have a big long turd following them, attached to them. They don't just pinch it off and go on. No, it's like a constant stream until they get caught up in something. Like they'll be caught up on driftwood or rock or another plant leaf or something, and then it'll get broken off, so you got strings of poop hanging off everything. So in this tank here, I'll be honest with you, I do a full water change, like a 30 to 40% water change, gravel vacuuming the rocks, substrate, probably once a month. I mean, sometimes I let it go 4 or 5 weeks, to be honest with you, because I have a really good filter here. It's over filtered. I have it rated above 20 gallons. I think right now it's at 40 gallons per hour. So that kind of gets up all that bad stuff. So it's not a matter of them polluting the water, especially if you have live plants. And if you don't, you need to pause this video and go get yourself some live plants right now. Yeah, so I got a bunch of jungle val, dwarf sage, Java fern, regular size Sagittarius. I got everything in this thing. So these long ones here, yeah, you see here, jungle val. I also got some crypts down here, and Nubius. I got a bunch of stuff, Christmas moss, so it's good. So all that eats up all that ammonia and nitrates and nitrites and all that. So I'm not concerned about that. If your tank is set up how it should be a natural thing for your beneficial bacteria and plants to eat all that, make it non-toxic. So the problem is it's going to make, if you have Plecos, especially more than one or a bigger one, it's going to make you're going to have to clean your tank more often. Since I added this guy, I'm probably going to have to start cleaning it every 2 to 3 weeks instead of 4 to 5 weeks. Just because, not because it makes the tank toxic, but because I just don't want to see all the stuff everywhere and all the crap laying everywhere, you know. So that's why I say that's a bad thing. But, you know, whatever, it's nature. It is what it is. Also, another thing, they do not stop growing. I don't care what these websites say. They get a maximum of 12 inches. No, they do not stop growing. If you go out into a lake or a pond, my buddy Rolls, I do the podcast with. If you want to check that out, go to listen.realnse.com if you're into politics and whatnot. But my guy Rolls is an outdoorsman. He hunts and fishes. And his pond, a big lake in the backyard, he actually has Plecos in there that are way larger than 12 inches, man. You can just Google it right now. I mean, they get huge. They get ginormous. But that depends on what tank you have them in. If they're in a wild, you know, a big, huge pond or a big, huge lake, they will never stop growing until they die. They live about 10 to 12 years. So they never stop growing. This guy right here is about 3 to 4 inches. He's still pretty young. He's gonna obviously grow much bigger than that. But if I keep him in this tank, his growth rate is not gonna be fast. They don't grow fast anyway. But the growth rate is gonna be even slower in this tank. Now hear me out. I know people may say this is too small of a tank for him because he's going to stunt his growth. He is at a mature enough size and age that even if he doesn't grow anymore, that's not going to hurt him. You see what I'm saying? So he's at a point to where he can keep growing or stay the same size. That's not going to hurt him. Plus, he's going to grow a couple of inches in this tank. Then, of course, I'm going to either trade him in or give him away. Hopefully by then I'll have a bigger tank to put him in, or give him to a friend or something. So that's really about it, guys. For these guys, highly recommend them. They're really, really cool. The colors on them are just so unique. They almost look like phantoms, like phantom Plecos. You know, that's kind of what I call them, as phantoms. That kind of is the way they look. You know, the orange devilish eyes, and like the white chalkiness and the streaks, and then the white spot on the tail. It's so cool, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, smack that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Notification bell if you like. I appreciate it. More videos to come. Also, be honest with me, guys. Do you like this setup here with the blue lights? My floodlights I use for my podcast. Let that be kind of a different sort of spin. And also, it really brightens up the tank. If I turned all the lights on in here, it would kind of dim the tank a little bit. So the blue lights kind of add with the water theme. So I thought that kind of looked pretty cool. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed that. Thank you guys so much. God bless and stay safe.